Something unexpected happened today. Yeah, something else. Seems like there's something every couple days at this point. But I guess that's the whole point of this experience, to live new experiences, to discover new things. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. But I don't know. I guess it just comes down to making the most of each experience. So this morning, my uncle called, and I overheard a portion of the conversation when my dad was talking to his brother. And he said something along the lines, speaking about me, he said something along the lines of, he believes he's going to be okay. Let's hope he's all right. Let's hope he's right. Something along those lines. And that really jumped out at me because it made me realize something. Deep down, my dad does not think that I will find a cure. Of course, he wants me to. He wants me to live. He wants me to survive. But that comment made me realize that deep down, at the core of his being, he doesn't believe that I'm going to find a cure. He doesn't believe that I'm going to get better. And okay, yeah, that kind of took me by surprise. But it also made me wonder how many other people in my life believe the same thing. What about my mother? Honestly, when it comes to my mother, I never know what to think. Because she has very strong beliefs about a lot of things. And when it comes to medicine or, sickness, health in general, her belief is any kind of illness is the body's way of releasing some sort of emotional internal trauma. So her reaction when I told her was, "Oh, it's no big deal. It's your body's way of healing itself. You're in the healing phase right now, so everything's going to be okay." Which, it's definitely not what you expect to hear when you announce to someone like, "Hey, I have stage 4 cancer. The doctor said I will die in 60 days if I do nothing." Anyway, all that to say, because that is her belief, I think she believes that I'm going to be okay. But she's also cried multiple times, so I honestly don't know what she believes deep down. My sister, she has a lot on her plate, and she's told me like I can't deal with this. I can't process this because if I do, I'm going to have a mental breakdown. So, I don't know how she feels. And it's the same for all my like close friends. Like, they're there, they're super supportive and encouraging and they've helped me out so much. But deep down, I don't know if they believe that I'm going to survive. And that's the thing. It's like I do. The best way to explain it is to give you an analogy. So imagine that you're running a marathon. You've trained for the marathon, you're ready for the marathon, you're running, you're like, I know that I can do this. There's no doubt in my mind that I can do this. But there are periods throughout the run where it gets difficult, where you're running up a hill, where you get pain in your side, and you just think like, fuck, I can't do this. But deep down, you still believe you can, and you still know that you're going to push through and you are going to make it. So it's kind of like this. There are moments of doubt. There are moments where it sucks, but deep down, I'm 100% convinced I will find a cure. I will get better. But I'm realizing, like, I think there's a lot of people that don't believe that. They want to believe it. They hope that it's going to happen. But deep down, they don't actually believe it. I feel like a lot of my friends and potentially family, apparently, just don't believe it. It's like they're basically like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help out while he's still here to make whatever time he has left the best that it can be. And yeah, it's just I was not expecting that. And overhearing that snippet of conversation between my dad and my uncle made me realize, okay, I'm on my own. Like, not really, because everyone's still there and still supporting me and still helping, and I'm super grateful for that. But it's like I can't rely on anyone else to believe for me. The belief part of the equation, which I think is going to be a huge part of it. Like, the belief, the mental, the emotional, like all that aspect is, I believe, around like 80%. And 20% is the physical, like, my diet and what I put in my body and things like that. So even though like I'm so grateful for all the support and everyone around me, I'm in this by myself. Like I need to be strong for myself. I need to believe beyond the shadow of a doubt. Sorry. Beyond the shadow of a doubt that I'm going to be okay because I can't expect anyone else to do that for me. And even my girlfriend, like, you know, she's so adamant of like, you need to be positive. You can't like be negative. You can't explore the different possibilities. She's like, no, you need to focus only on the good stuff, which is great. But I mean, deep down, maybe it's just like that's her reaction because she's like, if I allow myself to explore the possibility that this could not end well, I'm just not going to be able to handle it. So maybe that's just her way of coping. I have no idea. And that's just the thing. Because I have no way of knowing what's in people's minds, what deep down they believe, I can't really truly rely on them. Yes, they can help me. Yes, they can support me. They can encourage me. They can, be there throughout the journey. But at the end of the day, this is between me and me. No one else. And because it happened recently, I haven't really had time to process everything. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. But I think it's just, it is what it is, A lot of the times in life, we make things so much more complicated than they have to be. Everything's white and black, everything's good and bad, all those things. It's like, nah. At the end, it really doesn't matter. All that matters is what you believe and what you do. Because what you believe changes your perception of the world, and what you do interacts with it. So those are the only two things that matter. Everything else, it's just a distraction. And that's why, since I found out that I have stage 4 cancer, it's made every decision so much easier. Which is weird because my life now literally hangs in the balance of every major decision I make. Yet it's become so easy. Whenever I'm faced with a decision inside, I can feel, and it's just a yes or no. Very simple, very easy. So that's kind of the beauty of everything. Man, it's getting really hot in this car. And I have to go upload the videos that I've recorded because my dad doesn't have Wi-Fi. And he has limited internet, so I'm just coming here to the village and finding Wi-Fi and uploading all the videos there. So I found a park where there was Wi-Fi, so I'm going to go there and do that. But yeah, today was kind of one of those intense realizations that kind of shifts your perspective a bit. Oh yeah, also, someone gave a $1,000 donation yesterday. I woke up this morning. Yesterday was around, I think, 4,700. And then I wake up this morning, I'm like, oh, I'll go check it out. And then I look, I'm like, oh, okay, 5,800, cool. Like, we're up like $100, cool. I'm like, wait, 5,800? It was 47 yesterday. And I look, and there was two donations, one for like $20 and one for 1,000. I'm just like, wow, okay. And the thing is, like, I know exactly who it is. He's, a guy who's a friend of my dad's and a friend of the guy who I worked for picking asparagus for like 17 years when I was young, who's basically like a second father to me. And that guy came to visit a couple of days ago. And he was like, oh, that other guy that you met, because I met him, the other guy, like the rich guy, like last week. And he's like, oh, he was asking me like, what's the link to your GoFundMe, because he'd like to contribute. So I gave the link to my friend, and then he obviously passed it along. And it's like, I didn't know what to expect. I'm like, okay, he's like, multi-millionaire, so money isn't really that important to him, but I don't know, because a lot of the times rich people, it's not that they're cheap, it's just like because they have so much money, they kind of forget the value of money, and to them it just ceases to be important. So I really didn't know what to expect, and then I woke up this morning, I'm like, wow, like $1,000, wow. That's just, I don't know, it's just, that's what to come back to. Like, I'm really grateful for all the support that I'm getting from everyone, but when it comes to my health, it's up to me, no one else, me. So anyway, almost out of time. If you want to support, the link's somewhere here, thank you. And if not, that's okay too. It's up to me, not to you. So thank you for everything, and see you tomorrow.